Coach Morgan here. Today we will review some basic shapes in gymnastics that are really important to know. This video is for any gymnast as young as 3 years old all the way up to high school, or even some of the parents out there. If you'd like to get familiar with some of the terminology that we as coaches use and the gymnasts use to understand their skills, these are really important concepts to understand, and it might help you feel a little bit more knowledgeable in the sport. So first we'll do a tuck. That is one of the very first positions you learn in gymnastics. So a tuck, let's show you from the side here. You'll start, let's just start on our bottom, and then we're gonna bring our knees in towards our belly and bring them all the way in and then sit up straight. Okay, so you can sit up straight, and then you're gonna give your legs a big hug like this. And you're gonna tuck your chin, so that's where the tuck comes in. Tuck your chin down and give yourself a big hug. So this is a tuck. So I'm grabbing my legs, but I can also stay tucked without grabbing my legs. Try that. So keep your knees in, reach forward and back. Forward and back. Try that a couple of times on your own, and then we'll start to rock and roll and then move on. And grab your knees, and this time you are going to just hold this position, and you're gonna lean onto your back. Keep your knees right into your chest, and then try to come back up without letting go of your knees. This is called rocking and rolling. If you want to do a fun exercise with rock and rolls, you should check out our YouTube channel. There's a rock and roll video that you'll enjoy. So one more time, tuck position. This is for anybody who wants a challenge. Sit back up. Okay, so that is the tuck. Next, we'll move on to a straddle. So for the straddle, you'll again start here, and then we take one leg and we bring it out. And this is our straddle. So our legs are out to the side, they're straight, and our toes are pointy. Put your hands in front of you and sit up really tall like you're sitting up against a wall. And some people might have straddles that are pretty small. Other people who are a little more flexible might be able to bring their legs out all the way beside them. So everybody's different. See how wide you can get your legs, and this is your straddle position. One way to make this a little bit more challenging, if you're ready, is to do a straddle and lift your legs. Make sure that they're straight though. One final tip on straddles, the most common mistake that we see is this, and that's when we call them bubbles pop up under their knees, and we say squash the bubble, squash the bubble. So that means that your legs are so straight, your knees are so squeezed that there is no space in between your knee and the ground. Okay, good job on your straddles. One more primary position is a pike, and that is this position right here. So we sit with both legs straight out in front of us. They're straight, pointy toes, and our legs are all the way together. So it's really important to have good posture in your pike. This is just sitting. This is a pike position. So again, my shoulders are back. I'm pretending like I'm sitting up against a wall, and I'm holding my pike position. Similar to the straddle, if you want to make it a little bit harder, see if you can lift your legs in a pike. And lift, but only if the legs stay straight. Okay, now you know what a pike position is. Moving forward to a different type of skill or shape is a split shape. So a split can take a form of a split that you're doing on the ground as a stretch, and it can also be a type of jump that you do. So in general, the split looks like this. So one leg in front, one behind, your arms are directly beside you, your chin is up, shoulders are back, and your belly button and your hips are squared, belly button faces forward. So that's the split. Not everybody's gonna have that right away, but that's your eventual goal. To show you a smaller split that you might do in a jump, this is what one of those might look like. So I'll show you one more split. Bend, split. So now we have covered 4 different positions: tuck, straddle, pike, and split. Just to kind of test your memory, let's do a final jumping challenge where you're going to jump and then get into the shape that we practiced. So, first one, tuck jump. So if you remember, the tuck is where you have your knees into your belly. So at the beginning of our jump, we always start with our arms in front of us. So everybody get set. Hold it for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now swing back and freeze. So don't move anything else. Don't bend your knees yet. Okay, swing your arms back. Once they're back, then you bend your knees and look at my eyes. I'm looking forward, not down. And then after you've bent your knees, then you jump, arms go up, tuck your knees, and you land back with your arms up. Okay, so that's kind of how you break down each step for all of these different jumps. So that was a slow version. Let's put all of that together in real time. Swing, bend, jump. Okay, so now that you know how to jump, you can do that before every one of the skills or shapes that we do. Ready, let's do tuck jumps. 3 of them. Swing, bend, tuck, tuck, tuck. And salute. Good job. Alrighty, next we have our straddle. When you're adding the jump to the straddle, if it's your first time, try doing open, close legs. So you're gonna go open, close, open, close. And then try to do it faster. And then once you feel like you're ready, you're just gonna take a little bit of a bigger jump and try to do it all in the same jump. Legs apart and then back together. Bend. Now you might notice I have my hands on my hips for this one. You can put your hands on your hips or you can add a swing. Putting the hands on the hips makes the jump a little bit smaller, so that's a good place to start. All right, so practice a few straddle jumps. Let's do 3 in a row. Salute. Okay, this next one is a little tricky, so be very careful as you try this. Pike jumps can be hard, but we're gonna do little baby pike jumps, okay? So a pike is where our legs are out in front of us. So I'll show you this one from the side. We'll go swing, bend, jump, down. So if you looked, it looked like I was kind of reaching for my toes, but I'm not actually trying to touch them. Don't try to touch your toes. That's gonna make you accidentally land on your bottom, and that could hurt. So remember that you have to jump hard enough to get your legs up and then back down before you land. Swing, bend. Okay, so again, practice that one very slowly, and make sure that when you land, this is a really important piece that I meant to mention earlier. When you land a jump, you have to land with your knees slightly bent before you can finish. So you never want to land your jump any other way than like this. If you land with a locked out knee, it hurts. Okay, so let's just remember that we always start with bending our knees and then finish by bending our knees and then standing. Okay, and then our last jump is a split jump. So this is one that everybody has probably tried before, and it's a really fun one to work on and get better. So I'll show you a split jump. So again, making sure that you can get your legs apart and then back together in the amount of time that you have in your jump is really important. So if you're finding that you're trying to do these, but you can't get your feet all the way back together at the end, 2 things. Jump harder. So bend your knees deeper and then jump harder. Second thing, snap your back leg in faster. Just thinking about snapping your legs together makes it happen. Try it. Okay, so that is a split jump. Let's do 3 in a row. Please keep in mind, as we've mentioned in previous videos, that you should be looking at a wall and find something to focus on. So you can take maybe one of your favorite stuffed animals or something that you like to look at and put it in front of you so that you are always looking at the same thing. Helps you balance. Okay, 3 split jumps. 1, 2, 3. All right, thanks for joining us, guys. Practice your jumps, take videos. We would love to see how your jumps are improving over the next week or so, and upload them to social media. Thanks for joining.